Shomakenge Ninjani. It is your girl Mom-in-law. I missed our Monday morning thing yesterday. I literally hit the ground running. Hey, but I'm here today. So last week we were talking about investing in yourself. So I spent some time reading some stories, listening to some audios, watching some videos, reading some scriptures as well. Because that's what we were doing last week, right? We were investing in ourselves and finding ways and means to better ourselves, right? So I came across a story in the Bible. And so there's this merchant. He is leaving town. He's wanting to make sure it's business as usual, even though he's not around. So he calls together 3 of his servants, and he gives his servants money. And one thing that I found very interesting about the story is that the currency used was named talents. I find that pretty amazing and amusing. So he gives this first servant 1 talent. He gives the second one 2 talents. He gives the third one 5 talents. Disappears, he goes, he comes back, calls a meeting, has a chat with these guys, and he's like, okay guys, what's going on? Here's my money. The guy with the 5 talents is like, hey, I invested your money, and look, your 5 talents are now 10 talents, here you go. And the second one was like, hey, you gave me 2 talents, I hustled, your 2 talents are now 4 talents, here you go. The one was also a little bit cheeky. Was like, hey, I know you're a wicked man, so I buried your talent, unwraps it, and he's like, here's your talent. And the merchant is angry, and he says to the other 2, good, and he's so angry. At the last one, he grabs that 1 talent he gave him and gives it to the guy who had 10. And moral of the story is we're all gifted in one way or another, like I said. And how funny is it that in the story, gifting, the word talent, is parallel, is held in the same value, and it holds the same weight as a currency. I was having a chat with another friend of mine, and we were talking about this whole you are a brand thing. And he was telling me how, yeah, what's up with this whole new you are a brand thing? And I was thinking, it isn't new, this you are a brand thing. There is a scripture that says that your gift will bring you before great men. I think it says that. I'm paraphrasing, but it's along those lines. And well, in that context, it means that if you're going to want to see a king, you need to bring something. You can't come empty-handed. And if your gift is not good enough, you don't get to see the king. Right? So, it means to stand before great men, you must bring something of value to them. Last week we mentioned how each of us has something in us that the world needs. And we have to work at that. Otherwise, we will spend the rest of our days in Babylon helping other people perfect their gifts, making their gifts of value. So, if it means you're sleeping late with bleeding fingers because of a guitar, do it. It'll bring you before great men. If it means rehearsing lines until you're so bored, the only thing you know how to do when you're in a conversation is speak about those lines, do it. If it means you will sing in corridors until people forget your name and they call you the singing lady, do it. We are not born to live, breathe, and die. There is a purpose that we were born for. There is a purpose we are to serve in this earth. In the time that you are here, there is something in you that needs to be unearthed. It is our responsibility to find it It is our responsibility to refine it. It is our responsibility to master it so the world can benefit from what God put in us when we were born, even before we were born. And as the world benefits, and as the world even sees that what we have is of value, we are valued. That adds value to our own life. That improves our own life situation. So I was just going a bit more in depth with that situation of investing in ourselves. No one's going to do the work for us. I can't say I'm going to borrow someone my voice and while I'm at work, they'll practice scales and try to read music and listen to MIDIs. And then when I get home, they'll give it back. And I've wasted my gift. No. And we said last week that giftings are not refined to platforms. They're not refined to pulpits. Like restricted, that's the word. Restricted to platforms, stages, pulpits, TV, radio, in day-to-day interactions. In one of the other videos we did before this, we were saying that purpose isn't in next year or in getting to a certain place. Purpose is found in moments. In moments. In conversations that you have with people. In interactions. How can you make the next person better? How can you make the world better? How can you make your environment better? There's something you have. You know what it is that can aid your situation. Find it. Refine it. Perfect it. Master it. Use it. And then watch it make your life great. Watch it make your life what you want it to be. That's me for this week. We're still at this thing, guys. We're investing in ourselves. We're being amazing. Have an amazing week further. Enjoy the rain. It's raining outside. I love you guys. Have a blessed week.